So it looks like we're going to find out very soon who is actually going to buy Warner Bros. Discovery, because the deadline is coming up as of the time of recording this video in the next 12 to 24 hours. And obviously the Saudis are the front runners, but Paramount Skydance is still in the running. Also, Netflix are still in the running. And recently Netflix has been teasing all over the place Black Adam versus Superman, to the point where I've had people hitting me up in my own life via WhatsApp. I don't know if y'all Americans know what that is, asking me, yo, is this true? Because I've seen it everywhere myself. Netflix wants to make the Superman versus Black Adam with Henry Cavill if they are to restore the SnyderVerse and also buy Warner Bros. Discovery. But there's a major update that had people not wanting Netflix to buy Warner Bros. It's interesting because most people don't want entertainment to be over in Saudi Arabia, obviously because they're not a Western country. It's obviously they're their own country and they might change how everything works. Personally, I don't know how it will change stuff, but if the public investment fund over in Saudi Arabia, if they actually do end up getting Warner Bros., it would shape and change the landscape of everything. So Netflix have come up with this huge stipulation that got a lot of people worried, but now a lot of people want Netflix to buy Warner Bros. It's interesting. So, yo, what is good, YouTube boys? You here? If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, what's diverse pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. Good subscribe channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below, who do you want to buy Warner Bros. Discovery? Because either way, it looks like James Gunn's contract is up in 1 year's time, being November next year, 2026. Regardless to if the DCU continues, it looks like someone is going to overhaul DC, whether it be Michael DeLuca, whether it be Pam Abdi, or whether the new owners bring in someone else to change things. So Netflix have come out and said something very interesting. Also, if you want to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful face, check us out on Instagram at Warstu, and also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and check us out on TikTok, WWarstu. Right, let's get into it. So Netflix has told Warner Bros. That they will still release their movies in theaters if they require the studio. Now, the main concern and issues that people had is Netflix is a streaming platform, and people were worried that it would kill theater, because although Warner Bros. Gets a lot of stick, it's a huge distributor for the likes of Dune, the likes of Godzilla x Kong. They might not produce every movie, but Warner Bros. Is one of the biggest distributors ever. So Netflix keeping the studio distribution alive is a major positive. Netflix, not a studio owned today. So on an article it came out, it says Netflix promises theatrical releases. Netflix honors distribution contracts. Netflix maintains employment. Netflix reduces vertical foreclosure fears. Netflix don't take CNN, NTN, Food, MPS. So this is from an article on Bloomberg, and it's behind a paywall, so I can only say what I can see. Studio counts stay the same. Netflix becomes a studio owner. Paramount, Disney, Universal remain independent. So it's interesting. Netflix now wants to keep, essentially, theatrical releases, which makes sense. Because why? They're doing this already, and you can foresee this because with the finale of Stranger Things, which is their biggest IP, that on New Year's Eve is going to the theaters. So Netflix have had movies come out before. It's not unheard of, really. They've had a few movies come out. And generally, when you go to a press screener for a Netflix event, it's generally at the theaters. Generally. So it's a big-ass development. So Warner Bros. Has set a deadline for, well, I don't know, obviously, because I'm in UK time. So it will probably be 10 hours post when this video posts, right? For the 20th of November. For the first round of bids, the board is expected to meet before Thanksgiving to evaluate the offer's aims to have proceeds wrapped up by the end of the year. the 3 legitimate bidders putting in bids together are Paramount, Skydance, but allegedly the Saudi Public Investment Fund is in with them, and Netflix and Comcast. Now, trades don't always get everything right. Cosmic Book News has had a lot of information right. They were talking about this before anyone else. So, according to Variety, they're claiming that Netflix, Paramount, and Comcast are the 3 companies in for a huge deadline. Obviously, Paramount, Ellison has had 3 bids rejected, but obviously they come back with bigger offers. And obviously, David Zassel's just had a new contract to 2030, so he's technically got to stay on in a roundabout way. Netflix obviously has the most money, but saying that, the father-in-law of Paramount Skydance is the richest person, well, one of the richest people in the world. So they've all got a lot of money, including Comcast. I think Comcast is the least likely. It's looking that Paramount Skydance is probably the company it's going to get. But Netflix have been teasing Black Adam versus Superman, so it could go anywhere. We don't know. Just because the deadline is up on the 20th, American time, I'm assuming, doesn't mean we know soon, but we will know at some point who actually ends up buying Warner Bros. Discovery. But it's going to be months before we find out if the Snyderverse is being restored. I just want DC to be good again. As we know, Zack Snyder is being very active on social media, posting some incredible images of Batfleck, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill Superman. I did read a discourse. Superman, Henry Cavill could not do it because he's busy with Highlander. No, he's not actually. He's busy with Warhammer and all this other stuff. Yes, I get it, but there's schedules. And like I said, the changes would not be made instantly. Even if the Snyderverse does not get restored, the DCEU is not working. It's failing. It's not making money. Superman lost money. It's narratively not even that popular. So either way, whatever the new owners come in to do, or if it's a merger, DC Studios is going to change massively. But there is so much hyperbole out there. And I read the comments, oh, Warstu, you're trolling, saying the Snyderverse is being restored. I'm just reporting stuff. It's all over the place. Or even Grace Randolph is talking about it. Grace is on point with this. Yes, of course, we want the Snyderverse back after all the BS that happened and all the flops. Let Zack finish. Even Grace Randolph is saying, let Zack finish it. And she put a poll out about it, to be honest. Like I said, hypothetically, the best scenario is we get the Snyderverse back. James Gunn's DCU continues under some guidance. And we get the Matt Reeves universe. And they use an Elseworld in the right capacity. Because I never understood why James Gunn had the Elseworld stuff. He's been there over 2 years. Outside of the Joker 2 that was already made, we haven't had any Elseworld stuff outside of that and the Penguin TV show. But all this stuff was already basically in the running to be finished. It wasn't like made afterwards. So James Gunn underutilized massively the potential they had there, to be honest. And of course, multiple articles were up about Netflix teasing Black Adam versus Superman. Dwayne Johnson and Henry Cavill would be up for it massively. I get it. There's loads of fan campaigns. Like I said, like I've had some of my friends personally hit me up, be like, yo, are we going to get this? I want to see this. Because everyone wants to see The Rock and Henry Cavill smash it up. But because obviously Henry Cavill now has a new agent, he's got nothing to do with the Rock team now that was managing him. I don't know if that would happen, but obviously money talks and Netflix has a lot of money and business is business. So but hypothetically, we could get Black Adam versus Superman. But all I'm doing on this channel is I'm putting out content that I think you lads and ladettes will like. Now, I've read the comments that I'm using my audience. I've got a Zack Snyder-based audience to a certain degree. So if there is a 1% chance that something could be happening, Zack is calculated, right? I told you the Snyderverse in the sense of Zack Snyder's Justice League was coming before any other YouTube channel trade. I even got blocked by one of the biggest people in the game who works for a trade. I won't say his name because I told him it was coming and he told me it wasn't. And then after it came out, I was like, yo, lad, I told you. He's like, yeah, you guessed. I was like, no, I really didn't. So something's happening behind the scenes. I would prefer Netflix to be the buyer, if I'm honest, because I would prefer an American owner over like anyone else, because realistically, Hollywood needs to stay in Hollywood. Although I don't think Hollywood's doing any good themselves at the moment, I don't know, because if you just look at the boxing events that's happened over in the Southeast, like, that's not exactly good, is it? So how would that transpire into entertainment? And it would, I mean, although you get less woke stuff, I don't know. But obviously, like I said, there is a chance that SnyderVerse will be restored. So your boy Warstu will keep talking about it. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later. Okay. Bye.